kind of vibe that I used to enter this studio today is only me and God that understands. Hello, good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, West Africa. Good evening, my people in Lagoon Radio. How you all doing? I'm excited to be in the house as always. See, there's a spirit that comes with the mic, especially when I'm talking about travel destinations, places that will make you happy, help you relieve stress, and that's what we're doing today. It's another wonderful and exciting Tuesday evening, just 22 minutes gone past the hour 5, and it's the 14th day in the month of March. Now, when we shouted Happy New Month, March has entered half already. March has entered half. To God be the glory. We are happy for everything, and we are glad that we are still alive, breathing, and staying happy. You know how we do it. Okay, it's Travel With Me, and last week we talked about affordable and fun places you can take your family and your kids to have maximum fun, release stress, yet you don't have to pay so much. It's on a budget. And today I'm actually bringing you down to Lagos. If you're not in Lagos, you have a reason to come visit. You know, there are lots of places you can actually visit in Lagos. And for those of you in Lagos that have not visited these places, come and meet me now for tour guidance. Campaign is just a little amount of money. Lagoon Radio will give you those services that you need. Okay, so amazing destinations and places you would love to visit in Lagos, and I'm doing this in 2 parts. This week is the first part, next week another part. That's to tell you that there are lots of places in Lagos that you should go to. Don't forget to listen to us via our website at www.lagoonradio.ng. Yes, you can also put a face to the voice, to the amazing voice you're hearing, and to the person that is pressing the right buttons beside me. That's my producer, Shegun, also known as Oragba. Let me not call your name. Secret. Also, you can download the Lagoon Radio app on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, irrespective of the device you're using. And we are available on smart devices. When I say smart, I mean smart. We're talking about Alexa by Amazon and Google Action. All you need to do is, Alexa, play me Lagoon Radio. And on Google, what you need to do, hello Google. Okay, Google, play Lagoon Radio Africa, and in fact we'll fill the room from our amazing presenters, sonorous voices, and amazing songs we have, and beautiful contents to keep you through the day. Okay, so we'll go on a quick music break, and when we come back, I'll take you through a few places you love to visit in Lagos. Don't go anywhere. It's still Travel With Me. You know how I say, save for it, plan for it, and get ready to take off. A music break, and we will be back.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Okay, welcome back from that music break. That was Moses Bliss, Hail Your Name. I hope you enjoyed that song. You're still listening to Lagoon Radio. We're broadcasting from the Diocesan Media Center in Marina, and it's 28 minutes gone past the hour 5. I remain your host, J-H-A-Y. Get used to the spelling. It's quite unusual. Okay, so we're talking about tourist attractions in Lagos, sites that you would love to visit, places that you don't want to skip. See, when I tell you that, and the funny thing is that most of these places, even when you think about the cost implication and all that, when you get there, the value you get, you would be so excited you actually went there. You would see Lagos in a different light. You see Lagos outside the hustle and bustle and the traffic and the agberus on the road and the hawkers. Like, you would immediately forget that those things actually exist. The first question you get to ask yourself is, wait, what is this the Lagos? So Lagos is an amazing place that has traffic. It has you have marketplaces, you still have other things to make you wow. There are many of them, and like I said, this episode will be in two phases. This topic, this destination, this particular show will be in two phases. I'll take you through a couple of them today, and next week I bring you more. So, okay, I have. Let's start from home. Yes, let's start from home. I have people with me in the studio, of course. Today it's quite different on Travel With Me. I have Sporty Lola and Osas Books, Bukola One, first of her name. Okay, where are we right now? So there's a monumental building very close to us, and I want to start with that. In fact, it's second on my list, but no, I have to start with home. We are in the Diocesan Media Center, yes, but there's a building, a structure, an amazing structure. Please, can
It's the Cathedral Church of Christ, a fantastic building. You need to see it. I think it reminds me, Jenny, of one of those buildings that you see in London, in United Kingdom. Such that's iconic building.
Right. That's just the word. Books. What was the first thing that came to mind when you saw the cathedral?
Well, firstly, anytime you say you're going to CMS, the next people say that's cathedral.
That big church.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's so obvious. There is no way you can just say CMS without mentioning Cathedral Church of Christ. So the church is so unique. The building is different on its own. No, there's no second to it in Nigeria.
Exactly. In fact, once you say I'm going to CMS, and people are like CMS, let's say that big church.
That's the landmark.
Exactly, that big church, traffic light, big church. Like that's the landmark. And I remember someone coming to the island, and the person doesn't really know his way around the island, and immediately he saw the big church. He said, I've gotten to the island. They just feel that the big church is Lagos Island. They don't, in fact, not even Lagos Island. The big church is island. Whether it's Lagos Island or Victoria Island, you are sure on the island once they see the big church. And that's the Cathedral Church of Christ Marina, right beside where we are at the moment. The foundation stone of the first cathedral building. Like, it is actually the first cathedral building. It was laid on the 29th of March, 1867, and it was established in 1869. The construction of the current building to designs by architect Bergen Benjamin started on the 1st of November in 1924. And the foundation stone was laid by the Prince of Wales, who later it became King Edward VIII. On 21st April 1925, man, this is so many years ago, and it was completed in 1946. That's the entire cathedral. In 1976, the relics of Reverend Dr. Samuel Ajayi Crowther, a former enslaved Yoruba man who later became the first African bishop in the Anglican Church, were translated to the cathedral. Right? There is a cenotaph erected as a memorial of him. This is one place that you just see the building. Yes, it has an amazing site. It's beautiful. It's unique. There is no building like that. But it still has a lot of historical facts attached to it, apart from the building. It's one place that you should visit. It's one place that you should really try to learn about. It's, in fact, see, you should just add it to current affairs in Nigeria. Truly. It is popularly known as the Cathedral Church of Christ Marina, and it is the oldest Anglican cathedral in the Church of Nigeria. At various times in its history, the cathedral was the seat of the Archbishop of the province of West Africa, the seat of the Archbishop and the Primate of all Nigeria, and the seat of the Archbishop of the Ecclesiastical Province of Lagos. It is currently the seat of the Bishop of Lagos. And the organ was built by Obelinga Ogelbo. That's a German name. Yes, on the side of the altar with two facades, one looking to the altar and the second looking to the right nave. One of the sections one of the sections, that's the antiphonal, is located at the organ loft above the main entrance of the building. You won't get to understand all of this, but trust me when I say it's beautiful. It's a unique sight to behold. At the beginning of the 21st century, the whole instrument was renewed by English company Harrison and Harrison. That's the name of the company, and it consists 64 stops on 4 manuals and a pedal board. Only Shegun can understand what I'm talking about. So yes, you should actually visit the Cathedral Church of Christ Marina, Lagos, if you're in Lagos. And if you happen to find yourself in Lagos, that is one place you should visit. Try to worship there as well, and you would understand how beautiful this church is. Another amazing place. This one is my personal chilling spot. I'm still looking for a place that, maybe because it's close to my house, but this is my personal chilling spot. I randomly walk there, sit down and chill. That's the Freedom Park on Broad Street. I pass Freedom Park every day. So I don't really chill there every day, but there are some times when I just need fresh air. I need natural air. So people say that you can't get natural air in Lagos because of companies and, you know, exhaust fumes from exhaust and all that. But if you go to Freedom Park, somehow there's still natural air. The place is calm. I go there with my notepad. I don't miss it. I have this very small jotter that can go into my purse with a pen, and I chill, gather my thoughts, be creative in Freedom Park. You can add plate of asun. I don't mind. Okay, but really, it's a beautiful place to be. It's one epic location to visit in Lagos. It is a memorial and leisure park area in the middle of downtown Lagos. That's Lagos Island. It was formerly Her Majesty's Broad Street Prison. Yes, and that's where the word freedom, came from, was prisons, right? It was designed by the architect Theo Lawson as a speculative project under the CIA, Lagos, formerly Creative Intelligence Agency, and now known as the Cultural Intellectual Association in 1999. The park was constructed to preserve the history and cultural heritage of Nigerians. We're talking about the slave trade era. Right? Monuments in the park reveal the Lagos colonial heritage and history of Her Majesty's Broad Street prisons. It was built to commemorate the 50th anniversary independence celebration in October 2010. That's the monument now. It was built in that time to commemorate the anniversary of the independence celebration. The park serves as a national memorial, a historical landmark, a cultural site, and arts recreational center. When you go to Freedom Park these days, one unique thing about Freedom Park is that you don't just hear DJ play. It's live band session. Yes, that's what you get when you go to Freedom Park. Lola J Books, have you guys ever been? Or will you pay me to take you there?
I think the more you talk about it, the more I'm looking forward to it.
I'm
getting excited. And for the first time, I think I'm seeing Lagos with new eyes.
I tell you, see, Lagos is not all about traffic. Yes, we know that Lagos has traffic issues and all of that, but there are ways to meet me. I'll give you tutorials on how to avoid Lagos traffic.
In fact, everything that you said about the Cathedral Church, I just felt like I'm just really proud that we have this kind of iconic building in Lagos.
Know, so like I've taken out time to walk around Freedom Park, right? And I've seen these things. You see statues in chains, like showing what slave trade used to be, showing the life prisoners lived. It's apart from the fact that you just sit down and enjoy good music, live music, and all of that, you can actually walk around and understand Nigerian history from the Lagos perspective of things. It's one place I encourage you to visit. You can go there on weekends, chill, public holiday is always open, get stuff, relax, and enjoy the fresh air. Okay, one more place before we go on the music break. The Nike Arts Gallery. Nike Arts Gallery. This is one of the most visited art galleries in Nigeria. Nike Art Gallery is in Lagos, is also in Osun, and it's in Abuja as well, and it is owned by Nike Davis Okundaye. The gallery is one of the largest of its kind in West Africa, and it boasts a collection of about 8,000 diverse artworks from various Nigerian artists like Chief Josephine Obo Macleod. So these are top people in the art industry. The Nike Art, so there's a foundation, not just the gallery. The Nike Art Foundation of Nigeria is the sole initiative of Mrs. Nike, and she decided to use the initiative as a tool for creating awareness amongst youths to embrace our culture instead of copying with negative cultures, right? Western world and all that. And she was able to reach out. She has been able to reach out to women in the rural area and youths in the rural area as well. And most of them have been able to find good use for their talent, basically embracing the works of art. So in 2007, Nike Okundaye founded a charity non-profit organization, and that is the Nike Art and Culture Foundation of Nigeria, with some eminent Nigerians as members of the board of trustees. So Nike Art Gallery is located in Lekki, Ikate bus stop. In fact, that's how I got to know Ikate bus stop. I used to pass that place. But once I start looking like this, and I just see one white building, if I'm coming from this part of the island, I see one white building by my right. I've reached Ikate. I'll start shouting, Ikate Owa, Ikate Owa. So yes, it's a landmark. It's a landmark, and it's an amazing place. You go there and you see beautiful pieces. If you're not a lover of art, you would have a little soft spot for art when you walk in there. It's a beautiful place, serene environment, and all that. And yes, it made our list of places you should visit in Lagos. We're going to music break very quickly, and when we come back, we'll look at more places I would love you to visit. Keep listening and don't go anywhere.
This is Lagoon Radio.
By Uncle Ty Tribet. Whatever the situation, he's gonna work it out. We're still looking at destinations, locations, sites you would love to visit in Lagos. Sites that can help you relieve stress. Sites that are monumental, sites that have historical value. And I mentioned the Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, Lagos, close to where I'm sitting right now, sitting pretty and talking to you, and the Freedom Park and Nike Arts Gallery. We're still on Travel with me, and it's 16 minutes before the hour of 6. I'm still your host, Jay, and I have my producer with me, Shagun, aka Oruagba, and I also have books. I'm resisting not to call that name. I have books, and I have Sporty Lola. Sporty Lola that is going to start going to places by my influence. Cannot be on my show and not visit anywhere. Okay, next on my list is, how have I been to all these places I'm even mentioning? Should I not change my name to Jenny Travel? You know, let's just change it to Jenny Travel, because all the places I'm mentioning have been there. Okay, so next on my list is the Lekki Conservation Center. Lekki, I've been to Lekki Conservation Center like I can't count. From when I was a teenager till now, and I'm still fascinated. I still want to go there. What fascinates me the most, in fact, there was something that happened. I went to Lekki Conservation Center, I think sometime in 2015, and a monkey collected my meat pie.
Sorry.
Hot meat pie. The tour guide was just telling us, hold your phones, it was just saying hold your phones. He didn't remember to tell us hold your food. He said hold your phones. I didn't remove my phone. I kept it in my I had a tote bag, and then I just held it, and the meat pie was guarding with the other hand. Monkey just did, and that was it. I lost my meat pie. But to God be the glory, my phone did not go because I would have cried. Lekki Conservation Center was established in 1990 to serve as biodiversity conservation icon and environment education center. Yes, I remember the first time I went there, I was in JS3 and we went there for NCF. Was a climate change program, and we went there. They showed us, in fact, that was I think they were trying to talk more on tree planting in Lagos. They had cut down trees, there were no flowers, and we had more of fumes in the air, and they were trying to enforce tree planting. I went to Lekki Conservation Center and I was able to write an essay. Hello. So yes, it was established for environmental education, as an environment education center, and the facility was built by the Chevron Corporation for the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, that's NCF, as a reserve sanctuary for the rich flora and fauna of the Lekki Peninsula. The company has since provided annual funding for the management of the center. Yes, and it's been going on well. To start the conservation project, 3 potential areas were surveyed in 1987 by NCF technical team in partnership with the defunct Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative, and thereafter Lekki area was chosen to establish the demonstration site for the conservation project, and ever since the place has been existing. It was the name was given Lekki Conservation Center, and the center was established by the NCF to protect the wildlife and mangrove forests of Nigeria's southwest coastline from the threat of urban development. When you get there, you have access. One of the sites there is the Canopy Walk. So it's one bridge built with lines of wood and rope. And when you're walking on it, it's practically dancing, like swinging. So if you know you're scared of heights, don't look down. I won't tell you not to do the canopy walk because it's the fun part of it. You would also find tree houses, like you see in the movies. There are tree houses there. You see animals in their natural habitat, tortoises, snakes, name it. I'm not talking about domestic animals. No, I'm talking about
wild animals.
Yes. Real wildlife, monkeys, a whole lot of them. When you do the canopy walk, you even see them more, and nobody's caging them, nobody's chasing them. You are seeing them there, and you see how the forest is in the forest states. Nobody is cutting anything, nobody is destroying anything, nobody is burning, nothing like bush burning or all of that. No. That's the idea of the Lekki Conservation Center, and it's an amazing place. You know that most of us are used to the urban life, but when you go there, you see how it was before the urban life. That's the idea of the place. It's really beautiful. And last but not least for today, because we're coming back to this show next week, is the National Museum. Another place that's just at the back of my house. I'm blessed. In
fact, you're enjoying this Lagos, seriously.
So it's one thing to actually know that these places are around me. It's another thing to visit. I've been using my opportunity. Sporting Lola.
I'm impressed.
You're impressed.
I mean, I didn't know that Lagos had all these amazing tourist centers that people can visit.
Give me an official thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I'm sure that just as Sporty Lola said, you also listening to me have been able to know that Lagos has amazing places. Don't be all engulfed in work. Take some time out. Know Lagos. Feel Lagos. Okay, so
enjoy Lagos.
Enjoy Lagos. Relieve the stress. Okay, so the National Museum in Onikon, Lagos. The museum has a notable collection of Nigerian art, including pieces of statuary, carvings, pieces from archaeological and ethnographic exhibits. You know, of note is the terracotta human head known as the Gemma head, and that was created 900 to 200 BC. And part of the Nok culture. These are things that almost do not exist anymore. But walk into the National Museum Oniko and you see them. For real. I'm not exaggerating. There are some things in the National Museum that you'll be wowed. We've only seen them in books. That's for people that are history lovers. But these things are not just outside. When you go there, you have the opportunity to understand what life is, how life was before all of what we are seeing now. The piece, that's the Gemma head, is named after Gemma, a village where it was discovered. It is in the museum. The museum is located in Oniko, like I rightly said, and the museum is administered by the National Commission for Museums and Monuments. And in July 1948, the first architectural sketches of the museum were submitted to a conference on museum policy in Nigeria. And the museum was founded in 1957 by the English archaeologist Kenneth Murray. The main purpose of constructing this museum was to preserve different historical artifacts in Nigeria, as it should, and Kenneth Murray had collected several traditional masks from Cross River State, Calabar. The marks were displayed in the museum. During the first decade of the museum's existence, the British Museum gave the Nigerian National Museum 2 plaques and other artifacts. Some of the Benin bronze structures are in the museum actually. These are things that were source of revenue, huge money. The Portuguese, the British, they wanted these things. If you go to the museum, you see, you even find evidence of slave trade there. We just hear slave trade. Our generation did not experience it. But when you get there, you see evidence of war in the museum. In 2018, the virtual tour of the museum was added using an adapted version of Google Street View. So you can, if you don't want to go there, you can have a virtual tour of the National Museum in Oniko. But the feeling of going there, cannot be taken away. It can't be taken away. And you know, there are other tourist sites in Nigeria so that have that opportunity of a virtual tour. But I tell you that, like I said at the beginning of this show, Lagos is not all about hustle and bustling. It's not all about traffic. It has amazing side. It has chill zones. I said chill zones. Next week, I might be touching a few places like the beaches that Lagos is known for, and maybe, just maybe, the slave trade zone in Badagry. But till then, keep listening to Lagoon Radio. Don't forget to download the Lagoon Radio app from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, irrespective of the device you are using. Don't forget that you can also listen to the Lagoon Radio. You can also listen to us via the Lagoon Radio website at www.lagoonradio.ng. We are available on smart devices, Alexa by Amazon, and Google Action. Prompt sweet command, Alexa, play me Lagoon Radio. Okay, Google, I want to listen to Lagoon Radio Africa. I'm excited, really chicky. So yes, Lagoon Radio is available everywhere and anywhere, any time of the day. Sweet voices, amazing songs, beautiful content to always, keep you alive, keep you, enjoying your day. Till I come your way same time next week with another exciting episode of Travel With Me. Keep listening from now, and thank you to my amazing people in the house. Swati Lola.
Thank you, I enjoyed the show. Thank you all, I enjoyed the show.
And the books.
Yeah, thank you. I enjoy myself. It's very interactive
and I have a request. You need to go back and revisit those sites and then give us a travel vlog.
Okay. Request taken into consideration, because I know I'll have you on my team. Thank you. And to my amazing producer, Shagu, aka Oragba One, first of his name. Thank you for producing the show. From me, bye-bye.
This is Lagoon Radio.